If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 50 of the Inter Milan career mode here on FIFA 15. Today we've got a Juventus double, one in the league and then the second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-finals that I wasn't aware was a two-legged affair. So this game comes just 2 or 3 days after the last one of the previous episode, and then unfortunately the second leg of the cup comes just 2 or 3 days after this game. They're starting a very, very strong side. I started my strongest side for this game as opposed to the cup one, because obviously we're 4-2 down in the cup after the first leg, but more importantly, we're 5 points behind Juventus at the top of Serie A, and I really, like I said in the previous episode that had the initial cup game in it, I would rather win in the league and lose in the cup, because winning Serie A is obviously more important to me than winning the Coppa Italia. But we're going to get off to an indifferent start. The first half an hour or so wasn't really too much happening. Obviously both sides just kind of feeling each other out. Both sides are extremely good and extremely strong sides, but then there was a touch of class that kind of made the breakthrough. Xherdan Shaqiri with a free kick from 30 yards in the 30th minute that was absolutely world class. I'm not really too sure whether Buffon misjudged it or not. You'll see from the second replay, he started to come across towards it. I'm not too sure, because of the arc of the ball, it almost looked as if it was going to go wide. You can see it's bending, it's bending, it's bending, so he gives up on it, then it hits the post and goes in the bottom corner. Unlike Gianluigi Buffon, obviously one of the best goalkeepers, not only of his generation, but of all time, to make a mistake such as that. And then Bernd Leno makes a great reaction save there, jumping up to palm that one away. Ball does come back into the box, so Alvarez Balante is back from injury, although he has picked up a knock in this game to this point, unfortunately, although luckily it's not going to keep him out for long. But unfortunately, we do end up conceding a goal. Quadrado Samoa rifles that into the bottom corner. We just couldn't get our lines cleared properly, and unfortunately Juve were able to get themselves a goal back. So it's 1-1 as we head towards half-time, but a picked off pass there, slotted through to Rodrigo, racing away. Obviously got the pace and a brilliant left foot as well. Another goal in off the woodwork. The first one came from the right-hand side of the pitch. This one came from the left, a cross goal this time. And again, Buffon, not really too much he could do about it. Into the bottom corner it went. So we were 2-1 up as we headed into the second half, but obviously you expect Juventus to rally just the way they did after we equalised the first, or after they equalised the first time. But how Bernd Leno has kept that out, I do not know. You'll see from the replay, just on the line, it hits his second foot as he's sliding through, hits him on the toes and bounces up and over the bar. A ridiculous save. I don't know whether it's luck or whether it was just sheer brilliance from Bernd Leno. Regardless, I'm very glad that he made the save, because that kept our lead intact. We were able to push forward here. Dybala into Mateo Kovacic. Thought about going to the free man, dropped the shoulder to do the defender, who obviously thought we were going to do the same thing. Smashed it into the bottom corner, and that gave us a 3-1 lead. Vital that we get a win from this one, and we're 3-1 up. Chance to make it 4 with 8 minutes to go, but Xherdan Shaqiri hits the post, and this time it stays out rather than hitting the woodwork and going in. But we were able to get the 3-1 victory away from home against our biggest title rivals, and that is a massive result. Honestly, the biggest result we've had so far, not only this season, but in this entire series so far, in all 50 episodes. Biggest result we've had, bigger than the Europa League final, because I'd really, really like to win the domestic league this year. But we come back into the second leg of the Coppa Italia. Lazio win 3-1 against Genoa. I'm not sure whether that's after 2 legs or after just the first. I genuinely can't remember, because it was a full in-game month ago since the first leg. I don't understand why the Coppa Italia, the two semi-final legs, are so far apart. But as you can see, I've started a rotation side that is, more fully fit than the side that Juventus are going to put out, which is very similar to the team that played against us in the league games. So it's kind of two different tactical approaches. They're playing the same side, hoping that they can put in a decent performance and kind of make up for the defeat that they got last time out. And I've rotated to try and have the fittest side possible to see if we can maybe take advantage of their tired legs later on in the game. We'll have to see what turns out to be the best move. But Charlotto here takes the shot early on the half hour again. We scored in the 30th minute with Shaqiri in the first game. we've scored in the 30th minute with Salotto in the second game. He just took it too early. The keeper couldn't react in time, with those positioning again at the near post was absolutely terrible. So we're 1-0 up on the half hour. We scored a second in the 45th minute in the first game, although Juve had equalised at that point, but we are going to score a second in stoppage time in the first half again. Ridiculous how our 2 goals have come at exactly the same time in both games in the first half, but this time, crucially, we have a clean sheet, so it is now 4-4 on aggregate. Brilliant finesse goal by Marco Sell, by the way. Sorry to take away from that. Really top quality finish, but it's 4-4 on aggregate now. Now, I don't know if away goals count in the Coppa Italia. So as things stand, we're either going to extra time because it's 4-4, or we're going through because we've got the 2 away goals from the first leg. So we'll have to wait and see what happens later on in this second half. But a brilliant first touch by Moussa Sissoko. And now it doesn't matter if away goals count or not, because we are 5-4 up on aggregate. 3-0 on the night. Incredible performance in this game to this point. It was proving that starting the fitter side was going to be the best decision. But then, as both sides started to tire, it seemed to level itself out. Paul Pogba here doing some twisting and turning, trying to find the right pass at the right time. Still 3-0 up on aggregate on the night, and 5-4 up on aggregate, obviously. Can't get that ball away, and somehow Tevez has won the header at the near post against the defender. Ridiculous in the way that he was actually able to get that. Really disappointed with my defence. But now we're back to the drawing on aggregate, either extra time or away goals scenario, and they're still pushing forward Inter, and they're going to have another, we're Inter, Juve, and they're going to have another chance here through Chiellini. It drops to the man rushing in, but fortunately Congolo is able to get there, so we get a stroke of luck with an open goal. They miss. Is luck on our side here, looking like we're going to get at least a chance to get through to the final until the 90th minute, where is it Belia? I'm not entirely too sure what his is. It's Belia scores in the 90th minute to make it 3-2 on the night and 6-5 over 2 legs to Juventus. So unfortunately we get the win in the league, which is what I initially wanted, but after the way we were 3-0 up in that second leg, we in no uncertain terms, crashed out of the Coppa Italia and slip up with the chance to go through to the final and potentially win a treble this year. Obviously, we're now only 2 points behind Juventus, and I'll show you the league table at the end. And we're obviously in the round of 16 of the Europa League, going strong. We actually have Fiorentina in the next round of that competition, the side that we beat in the final last year. So they're going to want payback for that in Europe, but obviously we're going to want to progress and try and retain our Europa League title. But as you can see, squad report in the background. As always, if there's anyone you want to have a closer look at, feel free to pause the video so you can have a closer look. But there is some good growth squad-wide. Everybody seems to be growing quite well, including Juan Jesus and Mateo Kovacic is there, both up 2, and Ranocchi is up 2 as well. Wasn't really too sure whether I was going to keep him or not. Ended up that he stayed at the club, and actually he's proved to be quite a decent, quite a handy rotation player to have. Loads of youngsters out on loan as well. They're all growing quite nicely. Bernd Leno hasn't grown, but obviously as a goalkeeper you expect the growth to come a little bit later in the goalkeeper's career than immediately early on in his early 20s. But as you can see, confirmation then that we are only 2 points now behind Juventus with 12 games to go in Serie A. It's very close at the top. It's also very close at the bottom, and it could go either way. Genuinely could go either way. But Juventus's 2 defeats this season are both to us. We're going to have to hope that someone else can beat them between now and the end of the season. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how many games we win. Juve will probably come out victorious at the end of the year. But if they can draw some more games, considering they have drawn more games than us, we have won the same amount. So maybe, just maybe, we will find ourselves winning the Serie A by the end of this second season. We'll have to wait and see. But that is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, as always. I will be streaming Football Manager on Twitch tonight, so follow the link in the description to my Twitch channel and follow over there if you want to make sure you don't miss out. And obviously follow me on Twitter as well, and subscribe to this channel if you don't already. There is a link in the description to my second channel if you want to sub over there as well for other games that aren't football related, and obviously feel free to check G2A if you want any Xbox or PlayStation codes or PC games, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. But that is all for now. Rambling at the end as always. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.